Hello, hello, women around the world. We are live. This is a Thursday evening Superwomen Connection Hangout. So thrilled to be here with you live again, and to those of you who watch the replay, we just love this as a space of women coming together and supporting each other, sharing their skills and tools and wisdom. And tonight is no exception. Last week, if you were here, oh my gosh, it was so deeply moving. I'm sure all of you who saw that hangout was just so moved by deeply at the core, and to really be part of this space of women stepping into their power and just stepping up into the best version of themselves. And for me, I just feel such an honour to be part of it. So I'm Terry Nicholson. I'm over here in Australia. It's in the afternoon, and for you, I know it's in the late at night, other parts around the world. And that's what something else is just so beautiful about this space, is that it connects women all around the globe, no matter what focus we are doing, whether it's business or not business, but just a place to come together. So we've got Lisa Burnham here and Greta Campagnolo, and Greta is actually going to be our main teacher today. She's going to actually be sharing some amazing insights with us, an amazing training. And Greta, to me, I just want to do a quick intro before she comes on and just shares the goods. But when I first sort of just became aware of Greta, it was just like this light kind of came on in my awareness. I just, her smile and her ability to just share her story and connect with people and be so real, so genuine, so authentic, and with so much love. It just spills out everywhere and it touches people's lives around the world. So I'm so grateful to have met you, Greta, and it's just beautiful to be on this hangout with you. And Greta's got 6 amazing children. She's a mumpreneur and is a master storyteller. So this topic today is about storytelling and how to really bring your life and your business together through storytelling. And the topic is, it's called 19 Storytelling Techniques to Inject Our Business with Our Life. So Greta's going to come on and share this fantastic training with us. So with no further ado, I'm just going to pass it over to you, Greta, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you have to share. And the other thing I want to mention before you start is Greta's had a migraine today, and she's such a darling for just still coming on and sharing her wisdom. So all of you listening live right now, I just say pour your love towards Greta and her health. And if you're watching in the replay, you can still pour your love towards Greta. But all over to you, my darling.
Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Good. Awesome. Yay. Oh, thank you so much for that amazing intro. And, it's so incredible. I was thinking about it over the last couple of days, and especially today, just the hours before coming on and jumping on this hangout, just about where I was, where I started, and just to kind of paint a picture for you watching of like what's truly possible here and for you, and just being a part of this Superwoman group, and just the magnitude of what it's done for me in my life. I mean, and yes, I will say my voice is a little bit shaky right now, and I'm so sick right now that I don't even feel really nervous to be here. I'm just like, I feel excited to be here, as sick as I am. I'm just to know that I'm surrounded by these incredible women, Terry and Lisa Burnham here. She's been here with me from the get-go, from the very beginning. She was one of my first accountability partners. And man, oh man, just for me personally, it's like it gets me emotional thinking about it, thinking about those first hangouts that Lisa and I had together. just to even see her growth, and see, you know, remembering where she was, and talking about the things that she was talking about, the things that she was passionate about. And I mean, she's just this crazy, amazing, artsy, eco girl, like just amazing. And to see her have these dreams and that she had, and just like in her mind, and she had everything, like everything thought out. And then to see, from being a part of this group and learning the things that we've learned together, and implementing those things that we've learned, most importantly, and to now see what she's come up with. I'm so proud of you, Lisa, and so happy to be on this journey with you. And Terry, you just you know, connect with my heart, and I'm just so grateful to be here. So thank you so much, ladies, for being here. I have my puke bowl just in case I have to opt out. I don't know if you saw that, but it's been one of those days. And as Terry said, I have 6 children, and thankfully I've had help, and they've been taken care of for me so that I could get this done for you. And it was so important for me to create this presentation for you, no matter what was going on for me. And I just made it happen. And if I can do this, believe me, you can do this. So I would like to get started, and I know you're probably ready to get started too. So bear with me. This is my first major presentation like this, so I'm excited, and let's get started. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see here. So everybody let me know that if, yeah, so you got it? I see some thumbs up here from Terry.
Yeah, we see your screen.
Perfect. And then, where am I going now? There it is. So here's my presentation. Okay. And I'm going to open it up. Don't you just love our new logo? I am just loving it. Lisa Burnham, thank you so much for creating these awesome logos for us. I just love them. So this is the Superwomen Connection. And it is Thursday, October 23rd, 2014. Wow, can't believe it. It's almost my 2-year anniversary here, so super excited. Okay, so this is something that's really, really important for you to really understand about your business. Whether it doesn't really matter what you're selling, what, you know, if you're selling potions or lotions or jewelry or wraps or makeup or whatever it is. You have to understand that you are your business. You are your business. And this is a really awesome quote that I just absolutely love from Aaron Rashkin. I'm not sure if it's his own quote, but I just love it. And it is, people don't join businesses, they join people. So once you get that, things start to really shift for you. And before I share my 19 storytelling techniques, I would like to just show you a few images that I've created just over the last little bit here, and that I've also shared stories with. Sorry, my brain is a little muffled. So here's one of the images that I created, and if you look really closely at this image, you'll notice something very familiar about it. So basically, I blended two different images, one of myself and one of a tiger. And at the end of my taking you through the 19 storytelling techniques, I will, excuse me, if you stick with me all the way through, then you will get access to a few of my favorite apps that I absolutely love to do. And as you already know, I'm a busy mom, and I use these apps and create these images all from the comfort of my own bed. So I'm excited to share those with you, so make sure you stick around to the very end. And me being me, goofy me, Layla, you know, she always brings out the goofiness in all of us, doesn't she? And just as you go through a few of these images, you'll just notice, you know, sort of different feelings that you get from looking at them, and you'll notice a common denominator, which is myself, and that's really important, is getting comfortable with sharing you and me and my crazy family. So, breathe life into your marketing, and that is my man and our youngest little boy, Forrest. And it was just a moment that I just so magically captured one night at my parents' place, and I shared my story that went with that as well. So these are the 19 storytelling techniques to help inject your life into your business.
Greta, can I just jump on 1 second?
Yeah.
I just love it the way you've just shared all those images, because it's not only about telling the story as in a verbal presentation of telling it, or a written presentation of telling it, but having an image that captures something of the essence of whatever your story is related to is just as important within this kind of online, telling our stories in an online space. I just loved how you shared those images, and it's just so relevant to storytelling, is the images that go along with your story.
Thank you, Terry. Yeah, and I'll be going into a lot of that, and how so by the time you're finished this presentation and I finished taking you through all of these techniques, you'll really be able to be at a place where you'll understand how to go about doing that with your own life and your own stories. So let's get started. And here it is. I mean, number one, pictures say 1,000 words. I'm sure you've heard that quote before. And I'm going to take you over to one of my posts, and I'll be taking you through different posts that I have and sharing little bits. I'm not necessarily going to read all of them all the way through, depending on how the timing is here. But I will give you and show you the gist of my own posts. So when you're using images, they create these thoughts and these feelings, and I want you to either, you know, share as little or or as much as you would want to. So some people think, you know, oh well, if I I don't want to say too much or make it too long. Well, I'm pretty famous for creating my long posts, and it's just something that I really like to do, and believe it or not, people also like to read them. So yeah, so just basically using, you know, it's really powerful. You can take images off, you know, off Google and find other images that resonate with you, but I really find that the most powerful images are your own images, and you know, this is what this is all about, is using your own life, so that people really get to know you, and just making sure that, you know, those images are congruent with your story or your experience that you're sharing. So I'm going to minimize this, and hopefully I'll get back to it really easily. And I've got all my tabs open here. So this is another image that I created. And like I said, I'll be showing you the apps that I use to create these images at the end. And this was for Forrest's first birthday. And just a moment that we had together. We napped a couple times that day, and I just shared the story, and something that I also like to do, which brings kind of people get used to what it is that I'm sharing. I give them sort of expectations. They know what to expect. So every day, or at least I try to create a post every day. And what I do is I find inspiring words that start with the letter of the day of the week that I'm creating that post for. And so, for instance, this one was Wow Wednesday. and so then I basically, you know, I want to inspire people. That's what I love to do. So I look for these positive, inspiring words, and I take one of my images, and I just start to put all the pieces together, and really think about just sharing from the heart, and sharing a part of myself that maybe not, you know, not everybody would do, but I mean, I just kind of let go of, like, who cares, you know, like, you just kind of have to think that way, you know, like, you're here, you're building a business, and you want people to like, know, and trust you, and the best way to do that just is, I feel, is to just share you and just be real. And you want to attract people into your business that you want to work with. So you want to connect with people that are like-minded like you and are into the same things that you're into. So don't be afraid to share things that maybe you're not necessarily sure if, you know, it's not about pleasing everybody, just basically, like, that's not what it's about. It's about connecting with people that you connect with, right? So
can I just say something to that as well?
Yeah, for sure, Lisa.
Yeah, I love that advice, Greta, because I think you know, with social media, when you're first getting started, you really have this apprehension to put yourself out there, and I think there's this propensity to sort of build a persona and then put it out there instead of putting yourself out there and just letting it organically be created. And like you said, you might just feel a certain way or think something and decide to throw it out there. And you wouldn't. Sometimes it's like making a list. You just get it off your chest and then it's out there into the universe. And when you don't make those lists or you don't put those things out into the universe, then you're not creating that flow, that energy flow. So when you do put these beautiful images and put your life out there, you're creating this flow. You're putting energy out, and it does really come back. And that is exactly what I've seen happen with you. I mean, it's like this building, this confidence, and then your viewers that you aren't even know are looking. They're definitely seeing, and you're making an impact on them no matter if they're telling you it or not telling you it. So you just have to trust that you're putting that energy out into the universe and that it's affecting a change. It's making something happen.
Yeah, exactly, Lisa. That's just it. One thing I did that I recommend to other people is one thing I started doing so that it really gives you the idea of who and how many people are seeing your stuff. What I started to do was I started to work more from my fan page and then post my post. I always post my post there first and then share from my fan page to my personal profile. And in doing that, you might get discouraged at times, like from posting on your own personal profile, because you can't really see who or how many people are viewing your stuff and viewing your posts and finding it interesting and coming over and clicking on it and stuff. And that, once I started to transition over that way and onto my fan page, it gives you that option that you can really start to see how many people are looking at your things. Because not everybody's going to actually click like or share or comment, but it really helps to just know, oh, I created this post the other day, and very quickly it was like I had over almost 900 organic, people like seeing my stuff, and it helps and to keep yourself going, when you start to see that, okay, well, maybe people aren't exactly liking or leaving comments or sharing, but they're seeing it and they're coming back. So obviously it's working.
That's great advice. I just want to reiterate that strategy that everybody, no matter what business you're in or what you're promoting just yourself is what Greta's talking about. She's not posting anything about a product or a thing. She's just talking, and that's on her fan page. So there's some definite intentional strategy that I just want people to really notice. And yeah, I got to start doing that more.
Awesome. Okay. So and definitely when you're using that strategy, I do want to make sure that you know how important it is to do it daily. Just like blogging, you want to blog every day, and you want to do that daily. You want to create those posts every day, because I do notice, if I don't post for a day or two, it drops. The people who are coming by start to drop off. They want to see it. They want to see it consistently. And you can play around with that, see what people like, whether they like to see one post a day from you or two a day, and if you're doing more than one, you want to spread them out. And you can schedule them, which is also something that is really helpful for if you're busy like me. It's super helpful. So let's go on with this, because we've got quite a few to go through here. So who are you speaking to? You want to know this before you get started. And basically, if chances are you're already in our Superwoman Connection group, but if you're not, there's training in there, and I can just take you. Maybe I didn't actually. I may not have opened that one. Oh yeah, I did. So here is the training for how to sell to anyone by understanding avatars, and that's day 4 in our Superwoman boot camp and 7-day boot camp. So if you're not, if you've come across this and you're not already in the group, make sure that you get back in touch with whoever it is that you were invited to this Hangout or training with, and they will get you plugged in there. So let's go back to here. Yeah, so that training will help you understand who it is that you're speaking to. And I always like to make sure that when I'm writing my post, I'm not saying, hey, all of you, how are you doing? It's I speak to one person only when I'm creating my posts. And yeah, so, and I share as if I'm speaking to my best friend, so it's just creating that comfortability factor and just being comfortable with sharing from your heart and being authentic. Okay, so number 3, context. So you want to share, the place where you were, the time when it was, whether it was, a long time ago, you're doing a Throwback Thursday post or whatever it is. And what happened to that? That looks funny. Number 4, create a mood. So before you get started, you're going to want to know the mood of the story that you're sharing, and keeping that same mood throughout, whether it's humor or you're sharing just like a heartfelt moment with your grandma, or whatever it is. Just keep it congruent and throughout, from the start, middle to the end, and just let your personality out. Just I can't stress that enough. Just really, like, everybody's got sort of different senses of humor and things like that. You just want to be true to you. And yeah, so where was that? Let's see what I have under that one. Yes, this post. Mama always knows. I shared a post that I called Sick Sunday, and I'll just quickly read this one to you. Do you want to know the quickest way to cure your kids from the flu? Before I tell you, let me tell you what happened yesterday. So without mentioning names, a couple of my kids woke up feeling sick yesterday, which is pretty much the only excuse they can use to get out of doing their chores. I don't like that word very much, chores. Any alternatives? Back to my story. Even though the kids don't play the sick card very often, I knew something wasn't right. I don't doubt they were feeling a little off, but I knew they were also trying to play me, which I let them for a while. So I followed the routine, gave them each a dose of oscillococcinum, vitamin C, and water, and sent them back to bed. They soon got hungry, of course, and because they were sick, they got plain dry rice cakes and bananas. We were out of applesauce, which is what I think they were hoping for. I knew when they ventured downstairs and their eyes got bigger the moment they saw Daddy's yummy blueberry bars. They weren't all that sick after all. So there you go. Unless your kids are actually sick, the quickest cure is to make their favorite food. They'll be cured in no time. Funny moment. During dinner, one of the two sick kids struck up a conversation about how their friends love to fake being sick because they get to watch movies all day. Guess that's why my kids aren't sick all that often. P.S. Since you've likely faked being sick before, I have a question for you. Have you ever faked it so well that you actually ended up sick for real? I know I have. I swear I wasn't faking being sick, just so you guys know. Yeah, so basically I just brought my own personality, my own humor. I mentioned things that maybe not everybody, you know, I'm a natural mom, so I use homeopathic medicine. So I'm going to, people reading this, people following me, they're going to, you know, if they see that, they see oscillococcinum, and they also use, you know, homeopathic remedies, they're going to, like, connect a little bit more. And then also, what was I? Anyways, yeah, so just being you, just sharing like me, I mean, those little things really do make a difference.
Also, Greta, you're engaging people by asking them questions.
Yes, exactly. Very, very, very important to ask questions. And okay, so create. So basically, all these steps. I'll just say all these 19 steps. You're not necessarily going to use all of them in every single post that you create. This is just something that you can, you know, use for yourself and go back to and use for inspiration and things. So number 5, create a plot. So just, I mean basically, whether it's a short or a longer story or that you're sharing, make sure there is a beginning, middle, and an end. Open. So number 6, open loops. If you've never heard that before, this is an example, that a personal example that I could share. So when I arrived at the dance school to pick up my kids, I was shocked at what I discovered. But before I tell you what I saw, you know, and then you just fill in the blanks. Basically, just then you're going to go on to another topic and then come back to what you had discovered. Just it keeps people engaged and wanting to know.
Can I talk about this one, Greta?
Is that Candace?
It's me.
Oh, yay!
I love open loops because when someone does it to me, I'm basically like, oh my God, you have to tell me right now. And it turns something in your brain, like you can't even hear the rest of the story because you're waiting on the answer of like, what are you shocked about? What's going on? What happened? And so it just makes them want to know more about it. So they'll keep reading until you start to say what you need to say about it. It's genius. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you, Candace. I'm happy you're here.
Thank you.
Even though I can't see you, it's nice to hear your voice. Okay, so we'll go on to number 7. Again, being authentic. Even when, you know, there are certain posts that, and I should have brought up an example of it, but there are some times where I do create posts where I am talking about my business, And I will share some results that I've had and things like that. And I like to create my own images with that as well. And you don't want to sound pitchy or spammy about it. You want to really wrap your story around your results, or around, you know, whatever it is that you're sharing about your business. And another quote from Aaron Rashkin that just came to mind is that I heard. I don't know if it's his quote, but it's one that he said before, and that's, "Facts tell, stories sell." So that is just really, really important, and exactly what I'm teaching you here today. So yeah, and just be relatable, and use quotes. If you're gonna use quotes, use quotes that resonate with you. So and an important tip, after when you're writing, I want you to really just write freely, like just write from your heart. Just like, don't think about editing it or anything. You just want to get your thoughts and your feelings out first. And for me, sometimes I like to, do it the old-fashioned way and use pen and paper. Sometimes if I'm in my bed and it's dark, I'll use the notes on my iPhone and create it that way. Just that also, other than this important tip that I'll go into a little bit more, make sure that if you are, creating your post, and that you do type it out. Like, if you are going to type it out somewhere else. Don't type it right on your Facebook when you're first writing it out, because believe me, you don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose it, and that can happen. So make sure you save it somewhere else, and then you can copy and paste it when you're ready. And also, it's great to have it so that you can share it elsewhere as well, like from your phone and stuff, because I know that it's to be able to do that from your computer afterwards, it's I don't think it's possible. Anyways, I'm inside my own head right now, so so yeah, back to this important tip. Be sure to read the dialogue out loud when you're editing. It just, like, you'll notice things that you wouldn't necessarily notice if you didn't read it out loud. So making sure that it sounds real, it flows, and your words are easily understood. Does this all make sense, ladies?
Yes, it does.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. It's great.
So number 8, you want to appeal to your reader or your reader's senses. So music, visuals, sounds, you want to be congruent. As I said before, you want to express yourself and just allow them, invite them in to your life. And I have a little thing to show you here. Let's make sure. So this is a post that I created a little bit. Let's see, it's not too long, so I'll read it. So this was a Throwback Thursday post that I created. And I asked, who here is passionate about music? Have you ever been in a band? A few weeks ago, my parents had their grand opening for their brand new music school. The Rains Music Academy is like nothing I've ever seen before. And no, it's not just because my parents are the owners. Swing by and share a like on their fan page here. Put their fan page in. The lessons, the teachers, and the opportunities offered are unbelievably awesome. One of the best parts, my kids get to start their own band. Check out who they'll be rocking it out with in my video below. P.S. The kid magnet in the video is my dad, aka Grandpa. It's actually his birthday today. So, and then it's a little over a minute long, but I'll just play a little bit of it for you. So, yeah, I love that moment. And it's just, you know, again, just really sharing a piece and a part of my life, and you know, people connect so much. Where am I now? With music and sounds, and that music is just, for me, it just speaks to the heart. And yeah, so number 9, conflict. So, is there a conflict in the experience you're sharing? Be clear on what it is, and share what led you there, and if it was resolved, how was it resolved? Or if you're, asking, you can also get even more engagement by, sharing a conflict that you're in the middle of experiencing, and you're looking for some advice, because people love to share their advice, and it creates a lot of engagement. And number 10, what do I share? So, you may be, even, I'm sure you have gotten some idea just from me sharing what I've shared and what I share. But, if you're feeling stuck, or one really good tip that I can give you is to just, Google things as well. Like, just, use Google. Google is your friend. And just ask, just type in things, even using, for instance, blogs, like asking, tips on blogging, or things, writer's block, 50 things to write about, or whatever it is. And just Google it, and you'll find so many ideas, and just use that for inspiration. And but basically, it'll trigger things in your own life. So, and that's what, this is exactly what I'm talking about, sharing anything from your daily life, and just bringing people into your daily life. And, if you're taking a road trip, or, Terry actually just came to my mind, she goes camping a lot, with her children and with her family, and she shares those moments, and I love seeing that stuff. Like, I mean, it's just, people really, they just, maybe before you hopped on this Hangout, and I took you through these steps, these techniques, you didn't really think, well, maybe you thought, people don't want to know about my life, or my life's not exciting, or, I don't share like these crazy things. We're not like Valerie. We don't go to Disneyland every day. Valerie Jampolsky, if you've been following her, like, I mean, is some of the simplest things that you can share are the best, because that's every day. That's what people connect with, is just the everyday, and those special moments that you have with your kids, a story time, or a cuddle, whatever. You know, anytime you have like a breakthrough, or you've had a self-realization, or there's a birthday, you know, those connect with those are soul connecting experiences. And number 11, point of view. So you're going to want to, you know, consider sometimes sharing your story from a different perspective, you know, sharing your story from your children's eyes, and you know, not, you know, you can quote your children, and it looks like I've got something there to show you as well. You know, sharing the experiences from your children's point of views can, like I say here, can evoke another level of emotion. People, you know, we may be adults now, but we were once kids, and when we share things like from our children, it brings back those memories of ourselves, or it brings us back to a memory with our own children. So let's see what I have here. I can't remember what it is. Yes, this one was really, this was quite a while ago. This was before Forrest, our youngest, was born, and I shared a little story, and it ended up turning into a series, which brought a lot of engagement, and I used some open loops in there, and yeah, so basically I'm not going to read it all, but basically my daughter had created a little gift for Forrest before he was born, and let's see. Maybe I'll read the next one. Let's see. Oh no, maybe not. I didn't open up the other ones, and I probably should. Oh yeah, I did. Anyway, so let's see this one. Sorry guys, just getting clear here. So I'll just read this one. It was a late night for us tonight. While dinner was being prepared, the kids were all enjoying their time creating their masterpieces at the kitchen table. Daddy was making one of his famous salads, and Mama was getting her fill of inspiration from an online secret hangout on how we're going to change the world. Since my computer's right beside the kitchen table, the kids were getting pumped up by all the energy as well, absorbing the master plan as they brought life to the once blank sheets of white paper. It was right before dinner was served that my 5-year-old son Ethan gave me this picture full of characters made out of hearts and rainbows. Wait, there's more. That wasn't it for the love I received from my children tonight. I'm off to sneak into my bedroom for yet another gift that was left for me tonight by my 8-year-old daughter, Ilaria. While tucking her in tonight, she let me know that she'd left a surprise for me in the drawer of my bedside table, and that I must read it before going to sleep tonight. I am so excited! Click like if you love the children in your life. And yeah, so that definitely got people like wondering what the heck was left in there, and then I went on and shared that as well, and then it led into something else, and it was really fun. Let's see, where am I now?
That's just such a fabulous point as well, is that you can do just to have stories that, like when you do those open loops, can spread out into many stories and really definitely increase your engagement with people through that. It's very powerful in itself.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something too I wanted to say something too with regards to, I was listening to the radio the other day, and there was a mom talking about how it's so different now than before Facebook, with regards to how we're exposing our children to other people. And, it's a little controversial, as
Yeah.
a lot of things are. But one of the points she made was that it's really like the age that we're in now, and and of course we take all precautions, by not giving people our exact locations and stuff like that. But it's interesting because they're kind of growing up online in a different way than we did, and they'll have a chance to look back on what we've done, because it's kind of like there for all time to be seen. So I just think it's kind of interesting, the difference between what we're able to do. You remember years back, and your mom would be painstakingly putting together memory albums or scrapbooking or whatever, and now it's just a click of a button and you can post it to 10, hundreds of people. So it's kind of interesting, I think, just the difference in the way that we're utilizing technology. It's kind of cool.
Totally agree with you there, Lisa. It's I think it's gonna be something that our kids are gonna love looking back on. I know that some people, and Layla included, have even created their child's own Facebook page, and to be able to have that documented like that is just, it's pretty amazing. I mean, not everybody chooses to do that, but I like to see the positive in that, and just knowing. Me personally, I have a baby album of myself, and there's, about, I don't know, I was the youngest, and by the time you get to the third child, you don't, things start to dwindle a little bit. You don't have as much time to do those sorts of things, and so needless to say, I didn't have very many. It wasn't very full. And I when I was younger, I used to think, why isn't my baby album very full? And I wanted to have that connection. I wanted to see those memories and have that to look back on. And now it's easier to make that for our kids. So yeah, Lisa, it's different than what we grew up with, and not everybody's comfortable sharing their kids online. And if you're one of those people watching, this is just what I do. You don't have to do it this way. You can share other parts of your life, so don't think that, if you're not comfortable sharing your kids, that you still don't have anything to share. Because like I said, there's lots to share. Okay, so we're on number 12. Begin and end with hooks. So you wanna hook people from the very beginning, whether you want to use a powerful quote or ask questions. And I like to do my best to ask questions that are going to end up in a yes answer. I just feel like if people are going to, if they're on your page and they're reading questions that they're going to say yes to, the chances are they're going to continue reading more than, if you're asking a question that ends it results in a no. It's kind of like a negative. I don't know. It's just my little thing that I like to do. And yeah, so I think that's where I was obviously talking about what I just shared about creating the series of events. So using hooks to keep them wanting more, and I just went over that with you. Oops. And number 13, establish a theme. So know what you're going to talk about before you talk about it. Just as important as knowing who you're talking to. And, you know, get some inspiration, like I said. You know, look through your album on your phone. I like to try and stay consistent with like what's happening most recently in my life. I like to, you know, create posts from inspiration. Like if I'm having a moment like with my kids, and you know I'm having a cuddle time, and it's just this moment, I'm in the zone, and I'm feeling the love between me and my kids, and I take some shots, and I love to share it like right at that moment. It just feels more powerful, and you're able to really express your feelings more that way. So yeah, get inspired, use pictures, videos, books, things, just anything that inspires you. And number 14, create interaction. So as we've been talking about a lot here, you're going to want to ask questions. And questions like, can you relate? You know, getting them to, you know, when you ask questions like, can you relate? You know, can you relate to this? It just also then makes them feel like, especially if they can't relate, it makes them feel more comfortable with you. And, you know, asking questions that trigger relatable memories. And as you know, like when you're talking about your life, chances are, you know, there's going to be people that can relate to your experiences. And, you know, tell them what to do. You know, leave a call to action. Tell them to leave a comment, you know, like, or whatever it is that you want them to do, whatever type of action you want them to take. If you want them to click on the link that you're sharing, then tell them to click on the link. And number 15, create visualization, which you've seen. So words, short videos, like you've seen me share, pictures, and just bring them there with you. And I'll show you this quick little video that I think I mentioned earlier that got so much. This little one. It was a Thankful Thursday post that I had posted. And I asked, do you make a habit of making gratitude your attitude? My kids and I have adopted a blessings ritual from one of my dear friends who also happens to have been my dream childcare provider for 7 years. We say our blessings together before every meal, even snack time. After you finish watching our video, let us know what you're grateful for in the comments below. Much love and blessings to you and your family. And I'll just play it here for you. It's just a few seconds.
You are loving, thanks we get.
Oh, they make me laugh. Yeah, and just, you know, people like that kind of stuff. So just quick little videos, and, you know, even again, like when you're posting on your fan page, you can see how many people watch your videos, how, you know, you can even see if what percentage of people watched the whole thing. And, you know, people's attention spans, if you've noticed, are getting shorter and shorter and shorter these days with, you know, access to the web and all these things everywhere that are bombarding us all the time. It's just like we get so easily distracted. So I definitely recommend, you know, when you're creating your posts, if you have, you know, if you have a longer post, use a shorter video, or, you know, if you want to do a little bit longer of a video, you know, don't use as much wording. So yeah, it just depends on what you want to do.
Also, just a technical note. I think for a lot of people it's very intimidating to post a video on YouTube, because the thought is that you have to load it up on YouTube before you post it to Facebook now, and you don't have to. So you can just post a video right from your desktop, an MP3 file, up into Facebook directly. Just a little techie side note there.
Yeah, definitely. And you can do it from your phone too.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's really, like I said, I do a lot of my posts from my bed at night when the kids are sleeping, and yeah. So my phone is like, yeah, so handy. It's amazing how many things we can do with our little tiny phones. And okay, so thank you, Lisa, for bringing that up for people. 16.
Can I just add one thing on the techie side there as well?
Yeah.
Uploading straight to Facebook, there's also the option within Facebook to then edit that video and actually put a link, a clickable link at the end of your video. So that's just a really useful thing to know, so that you can bridge that into your business or wherever you'd like people to get more information about whatever. If you're bridging a story with something else you've got to share, that's a really useful bit of information.
You can do, you know, you learn something new every day. You can actually do that right directly from Facebook, Terry?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if you upload your video and then you click on that, and it can go into an edit place, and then you can actually add a link in there.
Oh, that's super awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, okay. So number 16, bring out personality. So decide who your main character is, whether it's you're going to be talking about your dog, your child, your spouse, your neighbor, etc., and just really hone in on that personality. I mean, like, even dogs have tons of personality. I know a lot of people who share a lot of posts with their animals and things like that, and just bringing out their personality just creates that much more, just it makes them come alive, you know. It makes people really connect, and yeah. So yeah, I mean, I even said, you know, even if they're shy, you know, so if one of your children is shy, it doesn't mean that they have like less of a personality, you know. It's just getting really clear on that, and being as descriptive as you can just makes it more rich. Anyways, number 17, bring out emotion. So I'm all about emotion and pulling on heartstrings and moving people, and you want to ask yourself, what emotions do I want to evoke? You know, is it funny, sad, peace, passion, things like that? And what results do you want from from sharing your story? Do you want to inspire people? Do you want them to take action? What type of action do you want them to take? Do you want to build trust with them? Yeah, just knowing, setting your intention before you create your post and bringing out the emotion is very, very key and important. Number 18, climax. So a climax, for most of you probably already know this, but a climax helps to increase the excitement, and the rise to the climax may be either gradual or sudden. The end, which is the closure of your story, comes after the main climax. So you want to give them a desire to want to know how it ends. So just always like keeping that, just making it really exciting. It's just, I just love creating these posts, and it's just something that I love to do. And I know that when you really delve into it and get comfortable with it, there's something really rewarding about it. And number 19, so this is the last one. The end brings resolutions. So unless you're using a hook or you're asking for advice, you want to share your resolution. And the resolutions are what bring closure to your reader. Like if there's some type of problem or in your story, yeah, you want to help to bring closure. Or, as I said, if you're using a hook, just you know what to do from what I just shared. My brain's getting tired. Yeah, so before I share my homework, I don't know if any of you have access or can look at the page, but are there any questions that anybody has that may have come up? Can
No.
somebody? Oh, okay, awesome. Just want to make sure everybody's alrighty here. Okay, so let's go into our homework. And as I said, I haven't forgotten. I will be sharing my my favorite apps that I like to use. So you'll get that after I share the homework. So what I want you to do is I want you to post a recent personal experience within the next couple of days. I'm going to be a little bit nice about it. So yeah, you don't have to necessarily, I know for some people it's really late, so you may just want to go to sleep after this, or not. I mean, you may just want to go for it. I mean, that's usually the best thing to do, is to just go for it right after we hop off here. And you can even share something about this Hangout, whatever it is, your takeaways, and you can share it as well. So yeah, I want you to incorporate the techniques that you've learned tonight. And when you're done, I want you to also really make use of what we have here and what the Superwomen have created here, which is the Superwomen Syndication Tribe. And I'll take you over to show you exactly where it is that I want you to post. So this is within the the syndication tribe. I'll just open that up. So this is what the Superwomen Syndication tribe looks like, and because I'm already a part of the group, says that I've joined there. So if you haven't joined, ask to join. And here is the post. It's just the second post from the top, where Sheena has, this is where you're going to want to post your Facebook statuses. You can post your fan page posts here as well for more engagement and likes and things like that, which is really awesome. And yeah, so just use that to your advantage, and that will increase, you know, your likes and comments and shares, and it's awesome. Really awesome. And where was I? Yeah, there we go. And yeah, so basically the key is to get really comfortable and consistent with sharing you with the world, helping you to build your following by building the like, know, and trust factors. So, so important. And are you ready to find out what apps I like to use so that you can create those images for yourself?
Woohoo!
Yay.
Absolutely. Very.
Yes,
So-
please.
So some of you may use, there may be one or two that you may be familiar with already, and I like to use these apps in combination. And like I said earlier, I love them because I can virtually use them from anywhere, which ends up mostly being from my bed. So my favorite apps are Word Swag, which some of you may be familiar with. I think it's like $1.99 or something crazy like that, which is totally worth it. And one called Photor, which is like it's my favorite. It is my favorite. It is. Recently they had some updates to it that has like blow my mind, and still I find new things every day that I can do with it. So that one is really, really, really fun to use, and you can do so many cool things with it. And Photo Blend, that is what I use to create the image that I showed you at the beginning of the Hangout with my face and the tiger face. And one that I just discovered last night actually is called Square Ready. And yeah, I really like that one as well. And it's just basically, like I said, if I can figure this out, you can figure it out, because before I got started in this, I definitely wasn't very techie at all. And as you've seen throughout this Hangout, there are things that I still don't know, and that we can all just learn from each other. And it's just a matter of, downloading the apps and going for it and just playing around with them and having fun. So yeah, and as I said earlier, all the images I've shared tonight have been created from the comfort of my own bed, usually while breastfeeding. So I'm going to hop back out because that is my last slide. Let's see if I can come back to you.
So fabulous. I hope everyone realizes the quality of information you've shared tonight, Greta, because you've just been so thorough. Like, I've taken a million notes, and I hope everyone watching has been taking notes, because you've just touched on so many facets. Like, it was just incredibly thorough. Like, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you feel that way. It was like totally my intention to just make sure that I know that there are some really amazing marketers and people watching this and who are right here on this panel with me. And I had set the intention that I really wanted to make sure that my presentation was going to give value to everybody here, and that everybody, whether they've been doing this for a long time or a short time, maybe you just got started, that you'll be able to really take something from this and start implementing it right away. That was just my intention, that I just wanted to make it really concise and easy to follow. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm just like a click away, you know, send me a friend request, whatever it is, I'm here, and I know all these ladies are here for you as well. And that's just what the Superwoman Connection is all about. We're here to help each other out in any way that we can. And I'm just so honored and blessed to have been asked to share tonight. So big shout out to Layla. Thank you. You know I love you, and I'm just in gratitude, sitting and just feeling blessed to be here. And you know, during this hangout, I will say I didn't have to use my bowl. And magically, I don't know if Candace has been like sending me her super healing powers, or all of you. I have to say, it worked. And thank you so much. Like, my headache like lifted. Wow, thank you.
I just want to say, Greta, it's really been a joy to watch your growth as well, because you're probably, I don't know if everybody on this panel knows that you shot your first video in a closet, and I came across a video, not that video, I actually knew her a little bit before she shot that video, but I found Greta through her blog, and she had posted this video that somebody did of her about a mommy makeover that she had done to her. And it was so amazing. Like, it was one of those, you know, hold back the tears mommy makeover moments. And I just said to myself, I need to know who that girl is. I need to find her and be her friend, because she's so special. And I feel blessed to still be part of your inner circle, Greta. I really, really do. So it's been a pleasure to watch your growth as well.
Beautiful. Is there anyone else that wants to share something? Do you want to say anything, Sahara?
That was awesome, Greta. You know, sharing all those different tips of how to engage people and how to do that by sharing yourself. Because I think a lot of people out there, you know, they want to share their business and they put the business out there, and, you know, what's missing for the engagement with the people is them. And it's the thing that we have. We walk with ourselves all the time. And to be able to take that moment to share that with your audience and let them know that there's a person behind the product or whatever it is your business is that is real, that has feelings, that has ups, that has downs, that they can relate to, and that may relate to your product or may not, but it engages people to actually follow you. And, you know, it's pretty scary to do that. I know when I first, you know, I've been on Facebook for a while, and it was just really sharing, you know, other people's information, health and well-being, or sharing my own bits, but not really sharing myself, because I didn't think people wanted to know about me per se. But that's where people create the rapport And, you know, if you want to trust someone in the world, you have to know them. So it's really scary. It can be really scary to put yourself out there, but just try it. Like everything and anything in life, experience it, see what happens, see if it increases your engagement, and try, you know, go through these tips that Greta has shared, and there's a huge list, and just choose one. And go, okay, I'm going to see what that feels like. And it might feel really comfortable or really uncomfortable, and you may have lots of engagement or a little, and then try another. And then start to blend them in together and just see what works. And the visuals, the pictures and the videos, and using these little apps like WordSwag is one of my favorite ones. You know, it's so easy to just put incredible words there onto an image and engage people into the words that you've got in your post. So I look forward to playing around with these techniques, and already downloaded onto my phone the other 3 apps because I didn't have them. So tonight when I'm in bed with Moo, I'll be playing around with them. And the phone is amazing.
I want to throw out a couple more apps for you guys if you're app hungry.
Yeah.
Crowd.
Of course.
Actually, this one's from Layla. She gave us this one, and it's called Pick, Play, Post. Pick, Play, Post. And what's really neat about it is much like the collage apps, you create a little collage, but you can put a video in one of them. So it's really cool because you can have a picture, a little video, and it's really fun little, it's another really fun one.
Yay.
Yeah.
I also want to say, Greta, thank you for giving this information. It actually is like the right timing for me because I've decided I want to really start putting myself out there on Facebook and all different social media platforms. So, you know, seeing your posts every day, even all these ladies here, they're posting every day, and I'm kind of like the occasional poster, maybe once a week, and so it's nice to see what you guys are doing, and it's giving me the courage to do the same. So thank you so much for your training.
Well, you know, one of the things really powerful about what the Superwomen Connection is doing is that, you know, the way Facebook works is that, you know, we don't like things. When we like things, it's not in a vacuum. You know, other people see us liking things. And say Greta's post is floating through, and say that Candace sees Greta's post, but it's weeks later, okay? And then she comments on that. Well, all of a sudden, that actually brings it back into the news feed. It regenerates it, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll see Greta's, you know, kid picture from weeks ago floating through the feed again. So the Superwomen are really engaging each other, working together as a group and a pack, and helping these posts get, you know, seen much more, even on our fan pages, you know. And I mean, you can always be doing more, but even just the little likes, you know, even just liking something is going to show up that you liked it on someone else's feed, and they're going to be curious, and you can see that on your feed. So-and-so liked this, and you're like, oh, wow, look at that. So there's a lot of regeneration that happens. So even when you think people aren't looking, it may show up like later on, you know, and it will come back around again. So, you know, don't give up. If you think things aren't seen or liked or shared, you can also comment on your own posts and like your own posts, and those will also show. There's little tricks that you can do that will sort of kind of push it a little bit more into other people's feeds, you know, and you just have to kind of get with us, get with the Superwomen, and we're going to help you learn about all of this and boost your, you know, images up. So we work together as a team, you know.
Totally. So spot on, Lisa. Because I mean, it's like we've created this Superwomen Connection to lift each other up, to support each other. And I love that you share, Greta, the syndication tribe, where we can give exactly that. We can love each other's posts up and help share whatever, you know, whatever our message is, and using storytelling more and more now through this training, but using this space to actually share more and more. And I just want to mention you know, a lot of women going, is there any catch? Like, you're sharing this incredible value, this training on the Thursday Hangouts, you're doing these daily calls, the Facebook group is just packed full of resources, just so powerful, and this is a free space to support you, to lift you up, no matter what your focus is, no matter what your business is. Down below this video, there is a button that'll show you how many of the women in the Superwomen group are using a blog to build their business online, no matter what your business is. So feel free to click that, check it out. If you don't use that blog, is it any big deal? Not at all. You are still so welcome here. This space is for everyone. So it's no big deal. We want to just let you know what that button is about for you to be able to connect in. And our highest priority is just to support women all around the world in whatever they're doing, to have the right environment to just thrive. And I think this training, Greta, has been so powerful, sharing exactly one of the ways that we can do that. And one thing I just want to finish up before we, because it's been 90 minutes, an amazing Australian storyteller called Jenny Cargill-Strong. She's a children's storyteller. But she was sharing with me that she sees stories that just need to be told, or that we're like the vessel that tells the story. And I just think that's such a beautiful thing to remember when we're thinking about our own stories, because to not, take it so personally sometimes. Sometimes you've got stories in your life or experiences that just need to be shared and need to be heard by someone else, and will impact someone else's life in ways that you cannot even foresee, or that you may never know, especially with this online space. And just to remember that the story itself, regardless of you being part of the story, or the story itself is wanting to be told, and to be a bit of a channel for that, and to let that come through and share with the world. So I just wanted to put that in there. I love that concept.
I really love that as well, and I can really resonate with that, because that's when you really get into that space. You need to realize that it's already there. It's already there within you. The message that you have is already there, and it is like that sort of experience, like we're these vessels, and that we have these messages that need to be shared. I mean, I love it. There's a point where it feels like you go from feeling like you're pushing yourself, when you're in that space where you feel like, oh, I've got to create a post, like you're putting all this pressure. You're not allowing it to just flow from within. And when you just let go and just allow yourself to really allow that message to flow, it's just a whole different experience. And that's why I love doing it so much, and why it's a big part of how I market as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Greta. Thank you, all of you women on the panel. Thank you, women out there who are watching or who will watch the replay. We're just so grateful for your presence and for what you bring and give to the world. So we're going to stop the broadcast now, and if you're not plugged in with the Facebook group, get back to the woman who invited you to the Hangout, or where you've seen this, and just get plugged into our group, because it's just such an awesome space to.
And stay tuned for our Superwoman Luncheon Hangout tomorrow morning as well.
Cool. So that'll be in the group, hey? Awesome. Yep. Okay. See you later, everyone.
Big shout out to Judy, if you're out there watching. Hello, love to you. Say that.
And everyone who's in Orlando, yeah. Woo!
Orlando.